You have to go off the map. What is the map? The map is how you orient yourself all day long, or how you convince yourself that you're being oriented, or how you convince yourself you're in control. The map is what I'm going to do all day long, why I'm doing it, who I am, what's important to me, where I came from, what are the events that shaped me. You might even have a spiritual map. How I get back to presence, how I try to be mindful throughout the day, how I meditate. Now, of course, I'm not saying that any of these are wrong. They're all part of life. I'm just suggesting that it's possible to live without a map, that all of that stuff is taking care of itself already. You never chose to become interested in anything you're interested in. It just seems like it afterwards. Think of the qualities you have as a person, maybe that contrast with qualities of others. Did you ever look at a list and decide which qualities you're going to have? No, you just felt them. And then the mind says, oh, I believe this because X, Y, Z. I'm like this because of da 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 da. Now, from the standpoint of mind identification, I know that this kind of speaking can be very triggering, because your mind will say, well, how do you know? Well, the weird thing about this is it's not about knowing. When you see behind the veil, when you see behind the curtain, you see literally that there is no wizard. Not that the wizard's some weird old dude, but he's just not even there. There's no one there. And then you begin to experience life as this just sort of flow. Even flow is saying a lot. It's really that this moment has nothing in it that's solid. There's nothing moving through this moment. There's simply an expression of experiences, an expression of perceptions, an expression of appearances. But all of these are non-dualistic. They're just appearing as sounds and sensations. So there's no receiver of that. There's no one making it happen. It's certainly not in the way the mind is thinking about it. So can you just fully drop that map and live as this? Well, the you that feels like a you can't really do that. But it can be seen that it's happening, for sure. At first, there's a lot of hesitation often when we're dropping that map, because we're afraid we're going to make some mistakes. We're afraid we're going to break something. But when you start to recognize that's just fear, those are just the voices of fear, doubt, hesitation, etc. And then you get that huge shift in identity where it becomes far more obvious that you've never been doing all of this in the way that you thought you were. Meaning you don't have to constantly maintain it. You don't have to maintain anything. You can just be the enjoyer. You can just be the ride itself. So in this way, standing apart from it 1% is very uncomfortable. But noticing what never could hold on, what could never stand apart, is very peaceful. It's enjoyable. It's a deep level of okayness. It's okay to burn up the map. The realization process doesn't stop there. It's just not your doing anymore. It comes from a place of spontaneity, natural enjoyment of the expression of life itself. Fluidity, paradox. It's quite sublime. And there is no map. Nothing to keep track of, and there's no one keeping track. There's just full immersion, full expression. And when we embrace this fullness, we see that the fullness is also empty of any substance, abiding nature, causality, weight, texture. You simultaneously feel exquisitely intimate, and can find nothing at all. Nothing solid, nothing formed. Formless form.